lovelies, it's Lex and I have another speed build for you. So this house is a request that I got from Ellie Games on YouTube, and they asked me to do a 4-bedroom house that was around 60,000 simoleons. So this was my second attempt at this. The last time that I tried to do this request build, I ended up making the house way too expensive and I was really unhappy with it. So this is my replacement, the actual house that I made for them. My problem, I guess, with when I was doing the first one is since I primarily have been building starters lately, it's harder for me to build a medium-sized house, if that makes sense. I can do things that are really cheap and I can do things that are really expensive, but trying to do something that's kind of in between is a little bit harder for me since I'm either doing something that is either really cheap or really expensive. But I'm really happy with how this house came out. I really like the look of it. I really like the layout of it. I think it's a nice, appropriate size. I didn't do a ton of decoration inside this house just because it seemed like with the request that they were maybe going to be having a family eventually move into this house, not necessarily start with this house. So I felt like they would be bringing furniture with them and maybe would just have their own things that they would want to be putting in there. Hopefully that was the case. If not, I'm sorry that I didn't do a ton of decoration on it. There is a little bit, but not a lot. It's really just kind of laid out so that you would get the general idea of how I was picturing the layout to be. So we end up having our 4 bedrooms upstairs. There are 2 full bathrooms upstairs and 1 full bathroom downstairs. We have a kitchen with a separate dining room and then a larger open office kind of living room area. We do end up having a pool and a little bit of stuff outside. There's a decent amount of landscaping out front, and then I kind of just fenced in the backyard. But like I said, I was trying to keep things a little bit more minimal just because I really got the feeling that they were going to be bringing their Sims previous homes furniture and things with them. I am going to pop periodically into that save lot menu just so I can see how we're doing money-wise here. I had a little bit of an easier time, I think, also with this build because the family that happened to be on this lot had about 50 or 55,000 simoleons in their bank. So it was easier for me to stay on budget with seeing how much money they had left in general, knowing that that's about how much they had. I ended up, there's that little bit that's sticking out there where I end up putting this chimney for the, for the fireplace and everything. I don't know how I feel about that. I like to stack these chimneys so that they're taller looking, they're on the side of the house, because if you played definitely in Sims 2 and in Sims 1, I'm trying to remember if it was like this in Sims 3 too. I think it was. You kind of had to put the fireplaces halfway outside the house, some of them, so that they would have brick on the outside of the house, and then it didn't really matter what the height of your house was. The game would adjust the height of the chimney part all the way up to the roof, no matter how tall your house was. And I really wish that this game did that. The fireplaces don't do that at all. You have to add these pieces on if you want to. I don't know. I like how it looks. I just don't know how I feel about how I only have it halfway up the house instead. And then I decided I wanted to kind of play with these I don't know, midway house trims. I never use them. I don't think I have ever used them, but I thought that it looked really cute on this house. The only problem I have with it is that for whatever reason, those couple little squares in the back, the game did not want to put the trim on them. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal was. This is the problem with the building mechanics in this game, is that they wanted everything to just snap into place and be perfect all the time. And it's the same issue I have with the columns. You can only put them in certain places. Even if you have move objects turned on, they can only go in certain places. It's really frustrating me that you can't place columns wherever you want to. And I guess these little side dormers, it gets goofy with those too. That side trim and only wants to let you put it in certain places. But I ended up leaving it on because I thought that it looked really, really nice on the front. And if there's a couple squares that are missing in the back, there's a couple squares that are missing in the back. I mean, does it really matter? Not really. So at least in my opinion, it doesn't matter. Hopefully Ellie Games is not super upset by me not having those 3 little pieces of trim on the back there. But we did all hardwood floors, and then I kind of did a little bit of block coloring in the bedrooms just because I wasn't sure if they wanted the rooms to be tailored to specific genders or specific ages or whatever. So I ended up doing a more teen room, a child room, and a toddler nursery baby room kind of thing, and then the master bedroom. The bathrooms are all basically identical. They all have the same toilet, sink, mirror, light. I think the only thing that is one of them has a single shower instead of that like double shower tub, but everything else otherwise is identical in them. I like to do this a lot of times when I'm doing builds that have a price point or builds that have a specific number of things that somebody wants, because it's just easier for me to make them all the same, and then if you want to go in and change the colors or you want to go in and do whatever, that's totally fine. They didn't actually even ask me to furnish the house, so like I said, I really think that they have plans for Sims later on moving into this house, maybe once they're a little more established money-wise, because $60,000 seems to be a really good price point for being your starter, trying to save up some money, and then having your Sim move once they have, you know, a couple of kids or whatever, and they need a little bit more space. I really like the kitchen in this one. I wanted to go with black appliances and black cabinetry. I don't use them a ton unless I'm doing like a black and white kitchen, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes I don't use them because in real life, if you have all black appliances and all black countertops, it can make your room look really small, but I felt like it fit in with this one. Dining room just has a table in it. Like I said, a lot of stuff that I did in this build was more as like a placeholder for you to see what I was thinking when I was building it, but for you to be able to put in whatever you would like. We end up having our little study area over here with our computer and our bookshelf, and then we have our fireplace and TV kind of seating, more living room area over in this corner here. There is definitely room for you to add in an art easel or a keyboard or, you know, whatever you would like to add in, but this is just the little general idea I had for this place. I left the foyer pretty much empty, and there is some room up top in that upper hallway that you could add some stuff into if you would want to. Master bedroom just has our bedside table. I ended up putting in a dresser and then a large mirror here. But that's about it for there. This red room ends up being the more like a teenager-ish room. So I just do a single bed, a little side table with a lamp, and then I put a desk in there as well. So you could very easily take that out, add a dresser, or put a computer on that desk and you would have no issues. This green room ends up being our like child room. So I have the bed, the side table. I end up putting in the like dragon bear thing, and then the little art table and a little side lamp as well. And then this third kids room, this blue room, ends up being our toddler / kids nursery. So the bassinet, a toddler bed, a little side table, and I believe I put the toddler like potty in there just because our bathrooms are a little bit small, so you might not be able to actually fit the toddler potty into the bathroom. But just checking our price point again here, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of our landscaping. I'm trying to figure out how I want to explain it. So there's a lot of houses around here that right at the start of their sidewalk or the start of their driveway, they will have fencing that's just kind of in a V, and it's only 2 or 3 pieces of fencing, and that's it. It doesn't wrap all the way around. It's just 2 or 3 little pieces right at the beginning of their driveway, and I really like how it looks, but it's harder to do in this game just because the fencing that you see in real life around me is more like a tie wall fencing. It's not like full-blown fencing like this, so there isn't really a fence that fits into that category that I wanted to use, but I thought that just this little white picket fencing looked really nice here and looked really cute. Besides the fencing I used and the gate that I used, I'm really pretty sure that everything in this house is base game. I know that a few of the plants are from the outdoor, not the outdoor backyard, but like the camping. I can't think of what it is right now. The expansion pack where you could go camping, and it was really freaking lame. That one. Some of the plants are from that, but then the fence and the gate are from the new like backyard stuff pack that we got a while ago. But everything else should be base game. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm just going to put at our grill, I'm going to do a little bit of the like potted planters on the back here. I end up putting a little seating area. I move it to the lower portion here just because this back deck wasn't necessarily as big as I thought it was. And then I'm going to put in our pool, and there is not really any landscaping in the back, just that one little section of plant, the pool, and then I put in some monkey bars as well. But Ellie Games, I hope that you enjoyed the speed build. I hope that you like the little house I made for you. I hope everybody else enjoyed the speed build, and I hope that everyone is having a wonderful rest of their day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please feel free to leave me suggestions in the comments down below. If you have any other requests for builds that you'd like to see, any questions that you have about building, anything at all that you would like to ask me, because I love to read comments, I love to answer questions from people, and I will see everybody in the next video.